Hello everyone, this is 32 back with a look at this week's mail. Just a few things currently, a couple more things I will add to an addition at the end of the video later on once I get them and I record that video, which you'll see me elsewhere in red at work. But for now, I got a few things. I got a set of decks from Fury 11 and Unreasonable Hospitality, which is dialogues, which are decks of cards, but they're also conversation starters. One is breaking the ice, the other one is about deep connections, and they just have a fairly standard one in yellow, one in blue. Don't worry about the back of the box, the back design is actually mirror image. And what it is it asks you different questions on the court cards and the aces, two on each one, like what was your weirdest job or your first job? My first job was mowing the lawn and shoveling the snow for my next door neighbor. Weirdest job was probably working in a crawl space at the penitentiary. No, I was not in jail. I never went to jail. Never planned to go to jail, but I had to work there, unfortunately, in a crawl space doing cement pads in which we had to hand bomb hundreds of bags of concrete and then mix them by hand in a crawl space. Fun stuff, right? And it was hot as hell in there. Anyway, those are the only decks I got this week. But maybe more next week, we'll see. Then I got a new Uno game that I got on Amazon.com. Unfortunately, it comes in a tin and not a box, but it is Liar's Uno, in which more than half of the cards, basically half the number cards, and all of the special cards, the draw two, skips, and the reverse cards, let you cheat, where you can play them face down and say there's something else, and then other players can call you out if they think you're lying. And if you are lying, you have to draw a card as a penalty. If you're not, they draw a card as a penalty. And then there's a special wild card instead of the usual wild card, where the person who plays the wild card names a color. Everyone plays a card of that color face down. If he thinks anyone's lying, he can challenge them. And if they are, they have to draw a card. If not, everyone gets to discard their cards. So those cards. And there's a couple other special rules. The sevens, when you play a 7, they force you to swap hands with somebody else. And the zeros force everyone to pass their cards to the left. Very interesting. And then the wild draw 4, you can just basically play it any time because you're playing it face down. So it's kind of interesting. Then I got a game, a new random connection game, new-ish, new to me anyways, as a new version that I got from Kickstarter from 25th Century Games, done by the good Dr. Rainer Knizia, art by Sarah Frieds Conlin, and it is Razzia. It's all about a rat mafia, and basically you're going to be drawing cards, possibly betting on them, and trying to, make money and expand your gangster family and score the most points. It's pretty interesting. Originally it was released back in the 90s, I think, or early 2000s. It wasn't rat themed, it was just mafia themed. It was a double Z instead of a TZ. I also got with that a little expansion that adds smuggler cards as well. So, very cool. And then I got one from Board Game Bliss, which is from Kids Table Board Games, Canadian company, so I decided to support them. This is Diced Veggies. I know what you're thinking, that sounds like a dice game. Sort of, somewhat. It does have cards, so I'm making an exception. It's one of two similar games I'm getting this week. You'll see the other one in a bit. And this is a game that's anywhere from 1 to 4 players. Basically, you are trying to complete these recipe cards by getting dice. And there's even this little cardboard knife. Actually, I want to show you that. Why not? Yeah. Very cool. That's cardboard. Don't worry, it's not real. You won't get a paper cut or anything. and some really nice dice, and of course the cards. Basically, you're trying to draft dice which represent different ingredients to fulfill recipes. And these cards are kind of all over the place. Anyways, like I said, I got another similar game that you'll see after I get to work and I'm able to get that in the mail. That I also got from, that one I actually got from eBay, and then there's another one from Board Game Bliss. It's not dice. Anyhow, I'll just put this away if I can. So that is it for now. Stay tuned. 1, 2, 3. Hello everyone, PCC 32 back again. If you were watching my video, I just did some mail, and I said I was going to be back with some more. Here I am at work. It's 1:40 in the morning, in case you wondered. I'm waiting on the final check-in, if that person ends up showing up. Let's continue off with some Board Game Bliss stuff. I got a couple more games from them here that were pre-orders. The first one is Flip Tunes from Thunderworks Games. And this is a little game, it's kind of a deck builder, I guess, where you are trying to assemble the perfect cast of characters to star in the next great animated show. Looks pretty cool. And I also, more recently, ordered an expansion for it. It came at the same time, the big button mini expansion. And then I got another one here that I pre-ordered a while back and finally started up. This is from Renegade Games Studio and merle-editions. And it is called Naisi? Or Naisi? I'm not sure how I pronounce it, but basically, obviously it's Japanese imperial themed, and you are basically trying to grow your prestige. It's kind of a lane battle type game. So it seems pretty cool. And then I said I had one more dice type game, and I got this one on eBay. It's actually brand new. The game came out a few years ago. It's been out for a while. This is actually from 2023, this version. And it's from CMYK, and it's called Spots. And it's all about getting these values of dice to match what's on these cards that are on these dog patterns that are on the cards. So pretty interesting, pretty heavy. It's got a lot of components. The smallest amount is cards, but it is what it is. So that is it for this week. Comment, like, subscribe, let me know what you think. I'm going to go back to taking a break, working, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.